Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Varmint Rifle mod, which is being released by user Degenerate Dak. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is an absolutely wonderful new low-level rifle for you to enjoy based off the Fallout New Vegas Varmint Rifle. And I absolutely love this thing, even though it's such a, or well, was in Fallout New Vegas such a low-powered gun. I always really enjoyed the Varmint Rifle, especially the Rat Slayer unique version. I always carried those in my inventories because it's just a neat little gun. So having it here in New Vegas, again, as a sort of early game rifle is, I think, just neat. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what exactly we are getting with the Varmint Rifle, which in its most standard and basic form will do a 32 damage with a 5.56 round, with a firing rate of 3, range of 215, accuracy of 75, and a surprisingly heavy weight of 10.7. I personally would have thought that'd be a bit lower, but there it is. And as you can see, it is a good-looking gun. It looks like the Varmint Rifle I've shot quite a lot in my life IRL. It's just a very basic, simple gun that does the job of taking care of those pesky little varmints in the world. Now, on the ammunition, I should mention real quick that there are actually 2 different downloads for this mod. One for just the straight vanilla game, and another if you have the munitions mod installed, and if you go with munitions mod, it will be 223 instead of 556. So that is just one thing to keep in mind there. I, of course, have gone with the vanilla one, and yeah, works great, just using that 556 there. All good. Now you can also see over here we've got a pretty decent list of modifications. In total there's over 50 different attachments for this thing, so you can, you know, pretty decently upgrade it. It's never going to be a very powerful endgame gun, considering it's very much an early game weapon, but you can up the damage and other various stats, add on some accessories, etc. to help it be a bit more useful to you in the earlier game, and with certain modifications and of course perks that'll affect the damage too. It'll probably last you into the mid-game, I'd say. Now, as for how you do get your hands on one of these things, well, it is pretty darn simple. Like I said, early game gun starting at level 5. You will find this thing on Raiders, Gunners, Minutemen, Railroad Agents, and of course in stores. So pretty much everyone at level 5. There is also an optional patch file to add it to trappers as well, but again, that is an optional file that I did not go with, so just the Raiders, Gunners, Minutemen, and Railroad Agents, and of course stores. Plus there is one unique version of the gun out in the world, which I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed that it's not the Rat Slayer, but but still, it's actually a pretty interesting, unique version, so I would definitely say to go and try and find it in the world, as it is a pretty neat little gun. So let's go ahead and take a look at the modifications we do have available. Like I said, there's over 50 of them, and start with the receiver, which is, you know, typical stuff from standard all the way up to advanced, which is going to give you the highest amount of damage at 56 without any additional perks for this gun. In the barrel, we've got a standard, a short, long, short, light, 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 long, and a suppressed barrel. Of course, if you go with the suppressed barrel, you are not going to have any other barrel attachments, as you see typically when we have these kinds of barrels, but it's pretty neat having the integrally suppressed barrel there. I kind of like that. Now then, in the stock category, we were already in. No, actually we weren't. I'm getting confused myself today. We have these, for some reason, was thinking stock and barrel is the same thing in my brain, and that, of course, is wrong. So we have in the stock category the short stock, full stock, light stock, gunslinger stock, marksman stock, and of course a sniper stock, which not only, if you like a bit more modern of a style to it, also does greatly change the aesthetics of it in general, much like with the light stock here, making it a much darker color, which is neat. I, of course, prefer the usual just wood, but nonetheless, if you do like the more modern or darker colored weapons, there you go. Now, next is the magazine category, where we've got a standard, medium, and large with a quick eject version of each for your convenience. And then in the sights category, we've got actually a pretty decent little selection of standard, glow, dot, hollow, reflex, short, medium, long, and then a long night vision, recon, and thermal scope. Very cool in there. In the muzzle, we've got either nothing, a makeshift compensator, muzzle brake, or suppressor. Always do love having the makeshift ones in there, you know, post-apocalypse. But then we also have a more professionally made flash hider, compensator, muzzle brake, and suppressor. Very nice looking one at that. Very cool. Then finally in accessories, we either have nothing, a flashlight, a recon laser, and a VATS targeting module. So it is cool to have those sorts of little additions added on as well. So yes, that is all the different modifications there. So let us go grab my two modified versions that I did create earlier and have a look at them in use at our targets first, and then against an enemy. Definitely not a Deathclaw today because, dear God, that would just take way too long to kill one with one of these. We'll just go with the bandits for this episode. Well, yes, let's start, though, with just some general firing. Oh, whoops, I forgot to reload. There we are. And fire. And there we go. A fairly slow-firing gun, but, you know, being a Varmint Rifle, not a whole lot of recoil to the thing, so pretty much once you're done reloading, after, you know, doing the bolt-action sequence there, you're still gonna be on target for where you were aiming, which is always nice to see. So you got a very good, controllable weapon. Slow, but controllable. And get that good sneak crit shot to a head, and, well, that's all you need. Well, usually. Sometimes. Now let's take a look at the advanced, or the Marksman Advanced one that I made here, which is just doing that 56 damage without, again, any additional perks, and going for a bit more of a, you know, short sniping weapon, whereas the other gun I made is more of, I guess, close range, spec ops, I guess you could call it. I do like the integrally suppressed barrel. It's a fun one. But yes, let's do the Marksman one here first, and fire. Of course, we are still having that slow fire rate, but with 14 bullets in our magazine, it'll last you a lot longer before you do gotta reload. Always good. But yeah, even with the high-end receiver, still a pretty slow reloading weapon. So just make sure you hit your target when you mean to. Alright, there we go. Yeah, slow gun. Let's just go ahead and reload and then go to the next one. And the Suppressed Advanced. Again, 56 damage, but now with that integrally suppressed barrel there. Ooh, missed. Oh no. And there we go. A little bit more of a close range stealth gun kind of gun, but not too shabby at all. Not too shabby in the slightest there. But yes, just one thing you're just going to have to remember with, you know, any bolt action weapon, it's gonna be a bit slow. So let's grab ourselves some bandits today, and I'm gonna start sneaky. See if I can actually take him out without him noticing first. Never mind, he's there. To the head. Oh, a miss at oh boy, 2 misses. There we go. Third time's a charm. Wow, how did we miss twice on a 95%? Oh, okay. Well, let's see if we can get another. No! Okay, you know, we may have to, like, turn off the AI real quick just so I can actually, get the chance to be sneaky. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn off, the combat AI. There we go. See where he is. Oh, there we go. I mean, I'm cautioned. I'm endangered still. Oh, I guess with the combat AI, he still recognizes that I'm here. That's unfortunate. I guess I would have had to turn off the normal AI too, but oh well, let's just turn back off the combat AI. And, well, I at least popped him myself this time rather than VATS. Okay, lovely. Let's just get in a couple more individuals to play with here. Because, yeah, you know, it's They're bandits, so they still aren't the most fearsome of enemies, even with this gun. But still. Oh, a miss. Oh, we're not doing great with VATS today. Yeah, will I, though? There we are. He's shot in the head. There we are. The Varmint Rifle. Probably should have also looked up the code for an actual varmint to kill, but didn't think about that until just now. But it works well enough against your bandits and everyday lower level annoying enemies. And yes, I'd say serve you well into the mid game with perks, maybe a little bit longer than that. And it is overall, I think, just a fun, neat weapon to have here in Fallout 4. So if you'd like to take a look at this weapon for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the video description as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this episode. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this rifle as much as I certainly have, and you come back for whatever it is that we are going to look at next. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, well, have a good one.